Hello everyone, welcome back to another Schnuckatu video. Today is kind of a follow-up to yesterday's video, so you can go watch it if you want. If not, it's okay. Basically, yesterday I realized that life was like so beautiful, and if you want more details, you can watch yesterday's video. If not, it's okay. Basically, today I had an essay for my AP literature class, and basically, oh my gosh, it's like a book analysis essay. Basically, I said basically 3 times within the past few minutes. You have to analyze a book and write about one of its themes. Well, specifically, the prompt today was analyzing one of the illuminating moments of a book, and basically seeing how that moment shows what the book is about, like the true theme and meaning behind the book. That's what I mean by what the book is about. Anyways, my book was called Mrs. Dalloway, and spoiler alert for those of you who want to read it, it's by Virginia Woolf. I doubt many of you would actually want to read it, but I, being me, the irresponsible and not studious, or just like lazy person I am, I did not read the book, obviously, and I spark noted it. But I did find it to be a very, very interesting book, because it dealt with a lot of, at least from my understanding through the spark note, it dealt with a lot of kind of just questions about life and death, which is a very philosophy-based concept, and is a concept that I've talked about yesterday, how life is so beautiful. Now, during this essay, because I don't think I had the best understanding of the book, obviously, because I barely read it. Well, I didn't read it, I spark noted it, which means you read a summary of it. But I basically wrote about how one of the characters, from my spark notes reading, apparently a lot of the characters had very similar experiences to me yesterday. Oh yeah, also Raymond, my friend, made a video about, as a follow-up to my video, so you can go watch that, I'll link it below. But there were multiple realizations that oh wow, life is beautiful, and just appreciating the little things. Or maybe recency bias, not really, what should I call it? It's just kind of bias. Maybe I interpret it to be that way. But basically during the essay, I kind of blanked out a bit and was okay, what is this book about? And then so I'm okay, let's just talk about how the book is about why life is beautiful. Let's just talk about that. Because I feel like a lot of things in English class, you can interpret multiple ways, and I think my interpretation was an okay interpretation. I basically was okay, this person, there's this person in the book, that had PTSD, who committed suicide. It was very sad. But I just wrote about how, before the suicide, he was described as, well, first he had this very happy moment where he was, oh my gosh, that was a loud sound. He was appreciating everything in his life. He was oh wow, the thing is so beautiful, my wife is so beautiful, yada yada yada. But then when he woke up, his PTSD returned, and he failed to see the beauty in life. So one of the points I was it's very good to recognize the beauty of life, because that's the point, or one of the points of living, right? If you don't really see the beauty in life, then you really don't want to live that much. And then the second point I talked about is this book is really interesting because it just keeps shifting between perspectives of different characters. I feel like I'm underqualified to talk about this book because I didn't actually read it, and I read a summary of it. But oh well, it keeps shifting between different perspectives of all the characters. Oh my gosh, why is my block sounds at 100? It keeps shifting between different perspectives, and it's just very fluid. And at the same time, I think the book itself, the way it's written, it focuses on only one day of the person's life. So it's just very simple. Nothing much happens other than maybe the suicide, but it's just a pretty typical day. They go about their lives, they have a party, and that's it. That's all the book is. And so, I don't know. I think my argument kind of fit it, because, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about so basically when the person looks at ambulance, he's oh wow, that's pretty cool. Which is he didn't know what the ambulance was for, but he was just like recognizing how cool the ambulance was and how good society was at that time. So I don't know if my interpretation fits the book that well. I mean, in its very nature, focusing on one day and trying to make it seem interesting and beautiful, because it is, I think that pretty much fits my interpretation, that the goal of the book is to tell us that life is beautiful. Now, the thing about this essay is, like, it's supposed to be like a literary analysis, right? You're not supposed to bring in your own viewpoints. Well, you're supposed to bring in your own viewpoints, but you definitely should not bring in any personal experiences. Maybe you can relate it to at the end, but definitely don't talk about it in length. Well, I have no idea what I was doing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just like second semester senior year. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Let me just pull in some of my, sorry guys. Pull in some of my personal experiences and talk about yesterday. And basically I just like rewrote my Schnucka 2 video from yesterday in like a couple words. I basically was like, oh, I was sitting on my porch with my dog when I had this realization from this book. And it exactly mirrored the book. And then my concluding sentence was like something like, it's crazy how, I didn't say crazy, I forgot how to phrase it. It's fascinating how a book written almost a century in the past can tell so much about our lives today. Too often we're like absorbed in our phones and never take time to appreciate the little things and the beauty in life. And maybe that is what the book and Virginia Woolf is trying to tell us. You know, yeah, so I'm very interested to see what score I get on this essay. Hopefully I get like at least a C or something. That would be greatly appreciated. Teacher, thank you. I will not say their name. But yeah, so if you guys want to see what happens to my essay, I'll probably give an update video on this channel. Please make sure to subscribe. Oh, that was such a good segue. Okay, no, that wasn't that good of a segue. But please make sure to subscribe, to hit that like button, to hit that notification bell. Check out my main channel, because this is actually my second channel. Join my Discord. Leave a comment below on what you think I should get on this essay. And if you have ever read this book before. And I will see you guys. Oh yeah, also make sure to check out Raymond's video on his channel. I think I'll link it down below. If I forget, please remind me in the comments as well. I doubt anyone is watching at this point, and maybe they are. Because like, I always tend to ramble a bit too long after the actual outro of my videos, because there's always something I forget, and that ends up going on a minute longer than expected, even after the outro. And at this point, when I check my retention graph, there's basically almost no one watching. But usually it lasts the whole way through, or like, yeah, anyways, see, I did it again. I think a lot of people just leave these on in the background, so it doesn't really matter if I ramble or not, because they don't like click the stop button, so they're just listening to me talk the whole time. And most of the time, even after the outro, I'm talking about something pretty useful that can be contributed to the discussion. Okay. Yeah. Bye.